Welcome, guys. This is Russ Armstrong here with Digital Altitude Traffic Training Webinar. And today's topic, we are going to be talking about tracking pixels. So this is going to be a recorded webinar on tracking pixels. And probably some of you are scratching your head going, what the heck is a tracking pixel? So we'll explain that to you and we'll show you where you can place those. It's all in your marketing and being able to track and see what's working, what's not working, and so on. It just gives you a better picture of what you're doing and your efforts. And like I said, you can then see what is working and what's not working. So, goodness, I already scared away one person. They just left. So, real quick, for those of you that have been on these webinars before, if you have questions, if you'd like to get a recording of this webinar, or any of the handouts or anything like that or any of the things that I show you on this webinar, you can go ahead and email me at rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. Again, that's rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co, and I'd be more than happy to pass that along to you. Just in the subject line, put in there, webinar. What is today? Today's the 4th. So webinar January 4th, 2017. So I know which webinar you're referencing. Real quick here, my name is Russ Armstrong. I am a retired fire officer of 31 years. I've owned 11 successful businesses since the age of 18. Currently own 4 businesses online, 5 if you include being an affiliate with Digital Altitude. I've taught students for over 34 years, and I've currently taught over 1,200 students in the internet marketing field. So a little bit of experience that I can hopefully pass on to you guys. We also have on the webinar with us today, she's kind of she's here as my tech person to help bail me out in case I start going astray. We have Bobby Dubay. She is one of our newest traffic coaches. I don't know if any of you have her yet as a traffic coach. She's phenomenal at what she does. She has owned her own business for many, many, many years, brick and mortar business. She's owned her own successful online business as well. Taught many students. She is phenomenal when it comes to the techie stuff. Bobby and I have known each other for about, I think we're going on 5 years now. And she has bailed me out quite a few times when it comes to the technical issues and so on. So, Bobby, I want to introduce you to the group. This is Bobby.
Thank you, Russell. Boy, you said many, too many times, I think. I'm giving away my age. Many, many years.
Well, yeah, you're very well experienced for as young as you are. There we go.
There you go. I like that better.
Remember a little bit? Right. So for the reason I ask you guys who is just a RISE member, one of the things that we don't provide for you as a RISE member is an individual traffic coach. The traffic coaches are just that, what we are is traffic coaches. We teach you how to market. We teach you how to market Digital Altitude. So hopefully we provide an invaluable or a very valuable service to everyone, but RISE members don't have direct access to us. They have access to us here in the webinars and so on and past recordings. So what we've done is we've created a group traffic coaching call because a one-on-one individual calls for you to purchase one-on-one calls with us starts at $500. So they're pretty pricey. We have developed these group traffic calls. They're limited to 5 students. Usually we have anywhere from 1 to 3 students typically when I do my group calls. So they're very intimate. Even if we had 5, they're still very intimate. You can get your questions answered and get that direct help from a traffic coach. We discuss the topics of paid traffic and also free traffic, social media, banner ads, solo ads, pay-per-click, pay-per-action, video marketing, and then again non-paid or organic traffic, social media, video marketing, email marketing, blogs, articles, etc. So we're all very well experienced in these various fields. For this traffic package, if you are interested in something like this, we do offer it. It's 3 one-hour sessions, group sessions for the $250, and that's for all 3 hours. So it's $250. And again, to do a one-on-one coaching call with one of our traffic coaches, it starts at $500 an hour just for 1 hour. So if you're interested, who would be interested in something like that? Raise your hand if you think you'd be interested in helping get your business off to a jump start here and get going with it. Very good. All right. So quite a few of you. So what you want to do is actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to put this in the question area and also in the chat area. So I'm going to send you guys this link now. And for those of you who do not have the question area, they just have the chat area, I'm going to send you that link as well. So what you want to do is copy and paste that link somewhere else so that you have it, because once the webinar is over, this link, well, all the notes and everything like that are gone. You also can go ahead and email me, and I will be more than happy. I can go ahead and email you out that link as well, and more information on the traffic packages. So the team that I've built here, I'm the traffic coach manager. I've built a hand-selected a team of talented traffic coaches to work with you guys. And combined, we have over 100 years of training students. We have a lot of experience with our traffic coaches. So I just want to introduce them to you real quick. Obviously, there's myself. We have Otis and Evelyn Jackson, their husband-wife team. Otis is a professional educator. Evelyn came from corporate America, and she worked in the, she did a lot of corporate training. About a year and a half ago now, she was able to actually leave corporate America and work her business, her online business, full-time. So I think that's what most people are striving to do, is leave what they're currently doing and be able to work for themselves and so on. And they're both actually now living the dream and doing what they want to do. Combined over 32 years of training experience. But very, very good dynamic duo, and a lot of experience that they share. They've shared with a lot of students in here in Digital Altitude. We also have Jay Andrada, again, came from corporate America. He was a professional trainer in corporate, and he started his online business back in 2011. Has been very, very successful. He's located out in the Philippines, so he handles some of our U.S. students with some interesting hours, the ones who need later night calls. And then also he handles a lot of our Malaysian and Australian, New Zealand markets as well. But a phenomenal coach. He's done a few of these webinars with me, so some of you may know him by now. But very strong in what he does, and an excellent educator for students in internet marketing. We also have Vanessa Dunford. She is one of our youngest team members. She's located out in the UK. She has owned her own business now for about 5 years, photography business. She's also been online marketing. And when I interviewed her, she was just phenomenal at what she does. And so she's able to pass on that information to you guys as students. So again, that's what we do, is we teach you marketing, but we also teach you things to avoid, where the traps are that just kind of eat up your money. We kind of teach you from our mistakes of what not to do, and then we teach you of what to do to move your business ahead. And then last but certainly not least, we have Bobby Dubé. Again, owned her own businesses, and she's very, very talented when it comes to internet marketing, and especially all of the tech issues, from website design, page building, etc. She is phenomenal at what she does. She's usually the one I go to when I kind of get myself into trouble, technical speaking, and then I go to Bobby and she straightens it all out. So, that is our team. So hopefully one of you will, or hopefully you guys will be able to team up with us in the coaching packages. Again, we have the 3 one-hour sessions for $250. So email me or copy down that link, and you can go there, purchase, and then I get the notification. And then I reach out to you to find out, what areas you live in and what coach would be best suited for you, so that we can get you teamed up on the group calls. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start our actual training here. So one of the things that we're going to discuss is, let's see here, let me go to digital altitude. Okay, so in your back office, all right, this is what your back office looks like. You can go to, now actually, do me a favor, raise your hand if you are, how many people here are Climber members? Raise your hand if you're a Climber member. Okay, that's the Aspire, so there's a Walker, Hiker, Climber. Raise your hand if you're a Climber member. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why you would probably want to go to Climber, is you can, as Climber, you have the My Pixels are unlocked for you. And what these are is this will allow you to put a tracking pixel inside the digital altitude pages. Okay, and what a tracking pixel is a it's a code that goes in on the page so that when you do advertising, you can get better tracking as to who's actually visiting what pages within the funnel. So inside our funnel, and all of you have access to the funnel now, your digital altitude funnel consists of a capture page, a sales page, step 1 page, order form, and a thank you page. In order for people to get here to the thank you page, they have to complete their order. Okay, they actually have to complete their order, not only fill out the form, but they have to have a valid credit card. Even though the order form is, we don't charge anything, they still have to have a valid credit card, because what the system does is it does a pre-authorization of, I believe, $1, but they never charge the $1, but they want to make sure it is an active credit card. They don't want to get someone through part of that 14-day training period and then find out that they don't even have a valid credit card to go any further. Okay, and that's just to help protect us as affiliates. So, this is the funnel that you have. But what you want to find out is, obviously, if you put a tag, and I'm sure some of you have seen that video that shows you how to put a tag on a link so you can track it, so you know where that business is coming from. But you want to know who is hitting the sales page and who's hitting the step 1 page, who's going to the order form, and actually who is hitting the thank you page, because this right here is telling me that I have a member. I have a team member that's in my back office. This is potentially someone that's going to, earn me money, pay me a commission. Okay, so with the tracking pixel on all of these pages, we're able to put a code on those pages that when the page is activated and fires, we can track it more. We can track it more accurately. All right. So a couple different ways of tracking. The first method I'm going to show you is utilizing a feature or a tool that I use called ClickMagick. There are several other tracking softwares out there. I particularly like ClickMagick because of its capabilities, the amount of data that it can collect for me. I use ClickMagick, and then I also use Facebook, and I'll show you Facebook here in just a few minutes. But in ClickMagick, I can generate a pixel and actually see from my conversions, which means people buying, to people hitting my capture page, to people going to the sales page, going to the step 1 page, and going to the order form, and then, like I said, actually completing a purchase. And that's really important to me, so I can see in my funnel what's working. All right, this will give me a good snapshot of what in my funnel is working well and what's not working well. Okay, so one of the first things you do inside of ClickFunnels is you create a link. So in order to create a link, I'm going to go here to, I'm going to go here to create a new link, and I'm going to bring up the domain that I want to use. So I'm going to just put on here, I'm going to put DA test, because I'm not going to actually use this. So I'm just going to put an ID on here. I'll just put test, and then the primary URL. In other words, the tracking link that I'm going to create, that I'm going to give out to maybe a solo ad provider or use in a Bing ad or something like that. That's the link I'm going to promote with. All right, this system here is going to generate this link for me. Okay, So I am going to, so I need to create that. So the first thing I need to do is, where do the people go to? So I'm going to go back here to my digital altitude, and I'm going to send them to this capture page. So I'm going to copy my capture page link, and then I'm going to go back over here to ClickMagick, and I'm going to tell ClickMagick I want them to go to this page. All right, so this is the page that I want them to go to, and I'm going to, let's say I'm going to go to a solo ad provider. So let's say I'm going to Igor Solo Ads. So IGSA, I use the initials. I'm going to buy 500 clicks today, and I'm going to put, this is about that tagging of that link. I'm going to purchase it today. So it's 010417. It's already 2017. So that's the link I want them to go to. So I'm going to create this link. And again, guys, I know I'm going a little fast, but again, you'll be able to watch this recording. Okay, so now, let's see, I have the test. So I can bring up this test. This is the link that I'm going to be giving to the solo ad provider. So I can preview it. I can see where, all right. All right, so it's not coming up here. So hold on just a second here. Test. All right, let me make sure that this link is working here. Yep, that's working. Okay, so let's see what we did here. Test 1. Changes. I always love it when something doesn't work 100% here. All right, so let's try building this differently here. Let's just try one of my other, say, changes. And that one worked. Okay, so I must have something broken in my one domain there. So see, by giving out this link here, okay, this is the link I'm giving out to the ad that people are going to click on. They are going to go to that capture page. All right, so when they go to this capture page, then I can go back into ClickMagick. Let me shrink that down for a second, and I can go to test here. Let me refresh this page. And if you look here, all right, so here's that link. I now have 2 people or 2 clicks on it, all right, and unique clicks, I have 1. Now, what is the difference between a unique click and a total click? A unique click is based on IP addresses, which means it's the first time my IP address, because remember, every electronic device, computer, smartphone, everything, they all generate an IP address, kind of like a fingerprint. And so every time they click on a link, that IP address is recorded into our system or into the whatever system you're using. So a unique click means that's the first time I visited. Now, if I clicked on this page 25 more times, I'm still only going to show up as 1 unique click, but I would be here at 27 total clicks. Now, the reason that's important is when you buy a solo ad, you're buying what's called a unique click. Because you don't want to sit there and buy 500 clicks and have them go out and find 5 people that are going to click on your page 100 times. And you just paid for all 5 clicks or 500 clicks, but only 5 people saw your product. All right, that's the purpose of unique clicks, is that 500 individual people have to click on that, and that's what you're paying for. All right, it doesn't matter if they've clicked on it multiple times after that, you're looking for the 500 unique clicks. So this information here is great. So now I can track it. I can say, all right, 1 person went to a unique click on that page. And if you look here, I can test this again. All right, preview again. And so I've gone to the capture page again. And if I refresh this page, this should now say still 1 unique click, because remember, it's me, but it's going to say it's going to have a number 3 because now it's been clicked on a total of 3 times. All right, so once unique and 3 times, just 3 times in total. All right, but still, I want to track more. I don't want to just track clicks. I want to know what pages are people going to. So what I'm going to do is with this, I can open up this. I go to where I put tracking conviction or tracking conversions, and there's 3 different pixels. Try to enlarge that a little bit here for you. 3 different pixels that I can utilize. All right, that this link that I created will generate these codes for me. So I have a sales tracking pixel, an action tracking pixel, and an engagement tracking pixel. Okay. Now, what are those? What is the difference between the two? So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can bring up. Okay, so in our order form, let me see if I can just bring up an image here. All right, so in the order form, see if I can enlarge that for you guys. You are going to, this is the video sales letter, so we're going to put what's called an action pixel inside the video sales letter. And I'm going to show you how to do that, but this is the action pixel here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this pixel, and then I'm going to go back to my digital altitude system. I'm going to go back to pixels, and I'm going to go here to the video sales letter. Now, I've already got a pixel built in here for my Facebook, and I'm going to, again, show you that in a minute, but I need to put now my ClickMagick pixel in here to track my video sales letter. So I'm going to paste the ClickMagick pixel in here, all right? And then I'm going to, but now I need to, let me see if I can make this larger. I need to reference this. Hold on a second, actually. Shrink that down, and I'll make this larger, then bring it up. All right, so now if you look here, all the pixels, this is just a standard pixel, has a reference information here. So what I'm going to put on here is I'm going to put that this is the like DA dash VSL1. So it's the video sales letter 1. So that's the reference for this action pixel. Okay, and then I just, once this is in here, then the pixel is there. It's in that system. All right. Then if I want to know from the people that came through the video sales letter, and in a way, again, the way they get to the video sales letters, they had to come through the capture page or the landing page, right? They had to come through that original page we clicked on. So when we get here to the video sales letter, then they're going to go to, they can go to the step 1 page, which they've actually taken out the step 1 page here. So they're going to go from the video sales letter to the checkout page. So we need to add an engagement tracking pixel, all right, because they're engaging, they're not purchasing yet. Because remember, in the checkout page, which is this, got to bring up the right page here, the order form. When they go to this form, they landed on it, that's great, but that doesn't mean that they filled this out and actually purchased, okay? So with this order form, we want to make sure that they actually complete the purchase. Even though it's free, they still have to put in a valid credit card. They still pre-authorize, I guess now it's set at the 37, they pre-authorize the credit card, and that's, once someone has placed the order, then they're going to go to, just trying to find the thank you page here. Nope, not that one. That's the step 1 page. That's the video sales letter. They're going to go to this page here, which is the thank you page. All right, that's how we know we have a member here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have to put an engagement pixel. So I'm going to copy this link here. Now again, remember this has a reference area, but I'm going to adjust that once I put it in. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go back to my checkout page, let me shrink this one down. And I'll go to this one and enlarge it. So I'm going to go here to my thank you page, and I'm going to paste that link in here. So I'm going to paste this tracking pixel of ClickMagick into my checkout page. And then the reference I'm going to put on here is DA dash, I'm just going to put order. All right, so DA order form. So I know that's the people reaching the order form. And again, that still doesn't mean that they have completed that order. It's just they've gotten to that page, and that's what I want to track there. So I've got that pixel now set. Come on. And now the last one I need to do is I need to know who actually is completing that order. So I'm going to go over here, and this time I'm going to grab the sales tracking pixel. I'm going to copy that one. Go back into my pixels here. Let me stretch this one out here. Make it a little larger. Come on. And I'm going to paste that one there. And again, reference, I'm going to put thank you. So I'm just going to put, that means it's the thank you page, okay? So now I know who has actually hit the thank you page. So now how do I test some of this stuff? So let me show you here. So now we want to go ahead and save all of that. Let's see what was here. Okay, pixel. Okay, all right, well, we're going to see if this is going to fire. Let's see here, because ClickMagick is an HTTP, and this system is an HTTPS. So let's see what we need to do here. All right, so now that I have those set up, I need to go back and let's preview this. So I've got my thank you page here. If I put in, let's see here, I'm just going to do an email address here, ABC, submitting. So I go to the thank you page. Welcome. All right, and so then from the thank you page, now let's look at our stats here. So let's refresh this page and see what we've got here. Okay, so here's our DA test. Now if you guys can see this, all right, so here's our DA test. So remember, now we had 4 links, or 4 clicks, total clicks, because remember I clicked on it now 4 different times. Still only 1 unique click, because I'm the only one that's clicked on it. But now, right here, actions, it's showing 1 action, and which means it's showing 100%. So of the actions, I'm getting 100% because I've received that video sales letter. So now from here, I want to go to the Get Started Now page. So this is going to take me to the order form. Okay. So now if I go back here to ClickMagick and I refresh this again, now look at what we have. So here we have, shrink that down. All right. So this is an engagement click. Oops. What the heck happened? Let me go backwards. All right, so this is my engagement click here. So on my DA test, I have 4 clicks total, 1 unique click on the link itself. Action, I have 1 action at 100%. I have an engagement at 100%. And if I went to the thank you page, so let me grab the thank you page here. Let's see, it's going to be, we go from the order here, and I believe that's an aspire.me. Let me look here real quick. Links. and it's aspire.me. Thanks. Okay, so we're just going to change this. This is how you test it without having to actually purchase. Okay, so we're just going to put thanks. I think that's what it was, right? Thanks, right? Yep, thanks. Okay, so we're just going to test this, and we're going to go to that page. So we should go to the thank you page. And now let's refresh this again. And I have a sale. So 100% sale here. So I have one sale. So I can see that this is where they came through. This was the original URL that they came through. All right. I can see the IP address of the person that came through. It's out of the United States, and that is my IP address. All right. And so here's the value. So it shows that I have a thank you. So I have one person that has actually signed up. So what, and again, some people would look at this and go, okay, well, great, you know, you have a member, but really what does all this tracking mean? What this means is that, let's say I have a 500 click ad, and so I get 500 here under unique clicks. I get 500 total, and I'm going to have probably, you know, 550 total clicks, but 500 total. So that tells me the provider, you know, if I bought 500 clicks, they delivered 500 clicks. And if I have these tracking pixels, I'm going to know that out of the 500 clicks, all right, because again, a click is just a click. It just means someone's clicked on that link, and they've gone to the capture page. They've gone to this page, but that doesn't mean they have to go any further. So what you want to be able to track is, all right, so they've clicked on the link. I can count that. Now they filled in their email address to go further. So I'm going to know on the action here, because I put the action on the video sales letter, and again, for people to end up here, they have to go through the capture page on my ad, okay? Is this making sense? Hopefully, raise your hand if this is making sense, or I've completely lost the entire audience here. Okay, good. So we've had some people bail out of this webinar. It probably was going over their head, but okay, so good. It makes sense to you. All right, so see, now I can tell who went from the capture page to the video sales letter. So what that should tell me is that, let's say I have on this action here, okay, of people actually getting to the video sales letter, let's say out of the 500 clicks I have 250 actions here. Well, that would mean that I have an opt-in rate of 250 or of 50%, which is excellent. I mean, that's very, very good. So that means out of the 500 clicks, 250 people gave me their email address. So in my back office or on my own autoresponder, I should see now 250 leads, 250 emails there, getting my follow-up email series now, keep putting the product in front of them. So I know that the capture page enticed at least 50% of the people to actually put their email address in. And that's huge information for me, because if I bought 500 clicks and I received 500 clicks and I got 10 people going through the capture page, there's something wrong there. That tells me that that capture page does not work. Not mechanically doesn't work. It just means that it doesn't work for that audience. They're not interested in it. See how this kind of tracking can be so important, because you're going to know what's working, what's not working. All right. And so if I had 250 people here on the actions, that means that my page was definitely working. I have 50% of the people actually opted in. But then on the engagement, because these numbers will go down, okay, they just kind of filter out from start to finish. So in the engagement, let's say I want at least 5% conversions. That's really what I'm always looking for, is a 5% conversion. So out of 5%, let's see, what, 250 times 5%. So I'm looking at 12 to 13. So engagements, well, actually for for sales, I'm looking at 12 to 13. You may end up getting, like, let's say 50 people here on the order form. So you have 50 people that came to the, where's the order form? 50 people that came here, but maybe they just decided they didn't want to fill out that information, even though it's free. Maybe they didn't have a valid credit card. Now remember, to protect you and I is we need to, the system needs to verify they have an active credit card, because it doesn't do any good for us to bring in people and people wanting to join the system completely for free but never want to pay, because our goal is to get them to upgrade and become Rise members and Ascend members and above, you know, and or at least start even out as a Walker member. Well, if they don't even have an active credit card, they can't do any of that. So that's the whole purpose of why the system requires a credit card. Even though this is free, it requires a valid credit card. And what they do is they will then go and pre-authorize the $37, although they won't charge it. And then the person obviously clicks on the box here, and then they'll charge it in 15 days or 14 days. Okay, so I want to know how many people came to this page, and then how many people actually purchased. So that's what's going to tell me in the engagement. I'm going to be able to see how many people came to the order form, but then how many people truly ordered, because that's going to make a big difference to me as well. You know, why didn't they order? Was it, you know, if the order form charged them money, was it because of that? Was it because, you know, they don't have valid credit cards? But see, that's going to break that information, my funnel, down for me. So is this making sense to you guys? Raise your hand if you're kind of comprehending this. Okay, good, good. Quite a few of you are. All right, great. So let's look at some of the questions here. Yes, Nikki, ClickMagick is a separate charge. It's an outside service. And like I said, I use ClickMagick. There's Quality Click Control. There's oh gosh, there's a ton of different ones out there. I used to have Quality Click Control. I switched over back in March of I guess now it actually is last year. I switched over to ClickMagick. I've been very impressed with them. They have great tutorials, which is nice, so it helps walk you through all of this, but also it's just a very robust program, so it'll really help you out in your tracking. Let's see here. So just confirm UC as a capture page, ARC is the video sales one, and ERC. Yes, unique click is going to the capture page. All right, that's what UC is unique click. TC is total clicks. The FC is fake clicks. So if you ran, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of what's called a bot, but it's a computerized or computer-generated like email. In other words, it's not a real person. You will find some like solo ad providers out there, even some Facebook ads and so on. People that click on those things are not real people. It's just computers and stuff. So this system will tell you how many fake clicks there were, that they really aren't valid clicks. So this will break that down for you. So that's what the FC is. A is for action, all right? E is for engagement, and S is for sale, all right? And then there's other things that you can do. You can put in dollar amounts in your tracking pixels as well, but I don't do it because we don't charge a dollar amount. But this will break down for you your cost per click and so on. If you based it on you know, how much you paid for the per click for the ad, and for everybody making a sale, let's say it was $37, you could put in a $37 value, and then it's going to break down your actual return on investment. But at our point, bringing them into our funnel, they aren't charged anything. So we're still, until they go finish that 14-day trial period, we don't charge them anything, so it's hard for us to determine that return on investment. We have to we have to actually track that on like your own like tracking sheet, your own spreadsheet or something like that. But yes, that is how those break down, Kevin. All right, what happens if I skip the reference in the pixels and put thank you in the pixel URL? All right, what happens if I skip the reference in the pixels? Example, you put thank you in the pixel URL. I'm not sure if I understand what you're asking. You have to put it in order for this system to track it, like ClickMagick. You would have to have it in that code. You have to have it in that pixel, and then you can give it the value. Now you don't have to give it a value, but you're not going to know. I mean, all you're going to be able to tell is that it's an action, or it's an order, or it's an actual sale. So it's either an action, an engagement, or a sale. The reason that I put them in the reference in the code here, the reason I put them in this code is if you add multiple pages. Let me see if I can. If you add multiple pages, let's say they can go, well, let's say that Digital Altitude offered us the step 1 page, which they used to have here and they took out. That's another action. So the reason that you're putting that reference in there is so that the system could break down and say, okay, there's an action for them going to the step 1 page, there's an action going to the order form, to the video sales letter, and so on. You could break down those actions a little bit more. But I guess in theory, with just this funnel, you could break it down as to, and have no reference. The other thing that you can do also is in your reference, I could put, let's say that's the link I'm giving to, Igor Solo Ads. All right, so I'm always going to use that reference to Igor Solo Ads. Then I can put that link in there. Now the thing about it, guys, is let's say I'm using this to track. I'm using this to track my my pixels for an ad, and I go back in here to ClickMagick, and now I create another link to follow up with. So let's say I have, let's just let's see here. Let's go with a Digital Altitude. Let me go with, I can take another tracking pixel, all right, and I can add it in here to Digital Altitude. I could add another, let's see, that was the order form. So I can add this pixel here, and then I can reference this one. Let's say it was to human eyeballs. All right, so that's a human eyeballs ad. So it's going to fire. Okay, I don't have to eliminate this pixel. I don't have to eliminate my Facebook pixel. And from what I was told by tech on our Digital Altitude pages, we could add as many pixels to this as we want to. Because really, a pixel, this looks like a lot of information, but a pixel is a dot, is all it is. It's a dot on a page. You don't really see it, but it's a dot on a page that when the code of the page comes up, it fires. Bobby, chime in here if I'm way off track, but that's the way I understand as a pixel. That's what it is it's just it looks like a long piece of code, but it's just literally a dot on that page.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So when that page fires, it's going to activate that pixel. So again, I can put multiple pixels on here for each ad that I place. So that's there again, Kevin, that would probably be why you would want to go ahead and put a reference on there, because this is the standard pixel, but this pixel is in relation to this link. Because if you let's see here, unique ID 30181. So let's see what the test one was. Let's see here. Where was that at? There we go. Okay, so it's still so the reference point. So this is their standard pixel, and the reference point is going to tell us what it is. Okay, so you're going to actually break it down, kind of like tagging a link. You're going to break it down so you know what ad it's coming from. All right, and again, you can add multiples of these into this digital altitude system. All right. So does that answer your question there, Kevin? I hope. Okay. So here's Marcel. If given that the numbers that get through the end are getting less, I can imagine I can use this when I create my own funnel. Yes, I mean that's the whole purpose. There are a lot of people in digital altitude that don't use the capture page. All right, they build their own capture page, or maybe some of them even use third-party funnels that provide a capture page and a video sales letter. But they still need to tie it to, in order for us to get credit for the order, people have to go through the digital altitude order form, and they have to go through the thank you page. So with ClickMagick providing you these pixels here, you could put part of these pixels on your pages you're creating, and then the other part, like the engagement and the sales pixel, are going to go back here onto your digital altitude pages. So you're going to put the pixel on the order form, and you're going to put the pixel on the thank you page. Okay, so that way then you're going to be able to track all the way through your funnel, what's working, what's not working. Again, the key information here is, if I get a whole bunch of clicks on here, but I don't get any actions, all right, then that's telling me my capture page is not, or I get very few, a very low percent of actions on the video sales letter. That's telling me that out of however many people came in on that page did not convince them to put their email address in. Now, if you have zero, then now you got to look and make sure the mechanics still work. And I always recommend, just like I did here, always test it before you send that link out. So whether you're building your own page, whether you're using a digital altitude page, you always test it and make sure that it's coming in in fact, I can show you here, I believe in the back office. I can't remember what I called that link here. Well, here you go. So here's that link. So here's myself, because again, remember, I used the digital altitude page. So it shows in the tracking in the back office that I came to the sales page, and here's the tag that I applied. Remember, because that was the solo ad I bought. Here's the tag that I applied to that solo ad, all right, or to that link, all right. But so remember that. So that's this link right here. See, there's the original link, or the original page I was sending them to. So I tagged that page. So the lead I see in my back office, I know where they came from. But again, I also can break this down and look at what what was the what were the numbers here? What am I getting here? All right, that's going to give me a lot of information, especially Marcel, when you're building your own pages. This can be very crucial data for you when you're building your own pages, because there are times I build pages. I think, Bobby, you've experienced the same thing, that we build a page and we're like, oh my gosh, this page is gonna rock, and you get it out there and you get all the clicks you bought, and you get very few opt-ins, and it's like, okay, well, I liked the page, obviously my audience didn't. And this is very useful to me in Facebook advertising too, because I want to know what's working, what's not working. All right, so all right, so anyway, so that's what you want to do. Now, so everybody got that. If you're, again, there are a lot of different tracking softwares out there. I happen to use ClickMagick. I think it's just a very robust system. If you want more information on it, email me and I can show you some more examples, etc. But I find it a pretty good system to work with. So you may want to check them out. Let's see here. So where in the pixel can I add the price $37 to track my possible ROI? All right, Chantal, you don't. The thing about it though is you don't want to add that $37 in here in this sales page. Now this is where you would add it. I'll show you where you add it, but you don't want to add it because we're not charging the $37. Okay, so your numbers are going to be skewed. But where you're going to add it, so remember it's on the thank you page. Where you're going to add it here is if you make this larger. See where this, hold on. See where this has an amount? All right, so where I would put this is I would put the 37 here. And then I just save that. So when this pixel fires, it's going to show the $37 amount. And in ClickMagick, I am going to, let's see here. I need to go to advanced. Let's open this back up. Go to advanced settings, and in the advanced settings, cost per click, I'm going to put, let's say I pay 80 cents per click. All right, so 80 cents per click, and then I'm going to save those changes, and let's see what happens here. So if we go to, let's see here, let's go back and let's preview this. We'll just go through all these pages again. All right, so we'll preview that. Or actually, let's just go to the thank you page. Let's see here. It's going to be the Aspire. Hold on a second here. There's the order page. Let's just change that, and it's going to be thanks. All right, so let's see what happens here. So we went to the thank you page, and this is how it should record. Let's refresh that page. Okay, so I've got to go through those tabs then. Let's see here. Make sure I've got that saved correctly. Advanced, no, I didn't save it. All right, so I think I saved it on the wrong one. So that's the test. So that's 0.80 cost per click, or maybe I have to put a 0.80 cost per click. And let's see here, bad clicks. Save changes. Okay, so here, all right, so it's showing me that out of the cost per click is 80 cents, all right? So cost per action 80 cents, etc. So it has no earnings per click yet. So let's, didn't want to do that. Let's now look at going back to that. Let's go backwards. Let's see, let me bring up my order form here. And again, this is how you're going to test everything. So let's just bring up that order form, and then let's change the order form to the thanks. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so now let's refresh this page. All right, and it's not. All right, 80 cents cost per click. Saved it. And let's see here. Let's try that. I can't remember if I have to do the front end link or not. Okay, so we've got the cost. Saved changes. All right, oops, here. Oh, valid traffic cost. I have the valid traffic cost here. All right, cost per click. Countries. All right, Bobby, where am I going wrong here?
Well, it looks to me like it's not picking up that sale amount. Did you save
Right.
that pixel on
Yeah,
the?
well, maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, maybe I didn't. Hold on a second here. Let's go back to the pixel. Maybe that's what I'm doing. See, that's why I talk with, no, I haven't. I haven't saved, but
Yeah, it's in there. So
we'll try it again. All right, 80 cents.
unless for some reason it's not picking it up because it's the same IP address. And if it doesn't work this time, I can go through the funnel if you'd like and track a second person.
Right. So maybe that's the case. So let me send this link to you directly, Bobby. Here. Let's see here. I'm gonna send it in the chat area. Let's see. All right. Give that a try.
All right, let's see.
And that could be because we've already recorded it as a sale, that it's not, because that pixel I changed after we recorded the sale. So and I guess I could have reset the stats on that too. Let's give that a try though. Let me know when you've gotten through that, and I'll.
All right, let's see what happens here. All right, I've gone through, so let's see how that comes up.
All right, so let's refresh this. All right, so that worked. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
So look here, I have two sales. All right, 80 cents per click. So it basically out of two, well, because again it's two sales. I've got 2 clicks on it. It's showing a earnings per click at 18.50, because again, remember, out of the two sales, there's only one of them recording the $37. So right now it's saying that there's a 200 or a 2,212% return on investment.
Now that's a traffic source you want to use again.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So anyway, so that's how you see how this is now working. So for Chantel, that's how you would add that dollar amount in there. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I can imagine that, but it is not necessary when you leverage the complete funnel from DA. All right, Marcel, I'm not sure what you're saying there. Yeah, you don't have to be this elaborate with the tracking. You can track in the back office. The whole thing about it, though, is that it will be limited on what you can track in the back office under your campaigns. Okay, so you know, it's purely up to you as to how you want to track. I mean, I'm not saying people have to do this. This is an outside tracking, and it just depends on how detailed you want to get. Let's see here. Okay, over the past week, I have Vetted at least 10 solo ad providers and have chosen 3. Do you recommend I split test even though I will only buy 1 to 200 clicks to start? Sure. I mean, if you have the capabilities of split testing, yeah, give that a try and see what you can do. Let's see. Here's another question. Oh, okay. Is it continuation, or should I just test one page? Well, I mean, if you're doing that, I wouldn't split test 100 clicks because it's not going to be effective. If you're buying 200 clicks, okay. I personally, I would just go with one page, do one ad, do one page, and see what your results are. Turn around, and you could do the opposite page if you want to, and see what those results are. And now you can compare the two. Usually, I don't split test things unless I'm doing a larger quantity. Because then, like if I had 500 clicks that I'm buying, but I want to split test it, I'll have 250 clicks on each one. I usually recommend when people are doing solo ads, I'm a little different than Vanessa. Vanessa says, hey, buy 100 clicks, at least get it going. I'm the kind of person that, it should be 200 to 500 clicks because I think less than 200 clicks is just not effective. But, it can be, but at least, anything is better than nothing. All right. Can you use ClickMagick with Twitter? Well, if you're putting Nikki, if you're putting the link that you're building, the tracking link you're building, if you're putting this in Twitter, then yes, it would work the same way because Twitter isn't the funnel. Twitter is just the vehicle that you're using to get your link here in front of people. Is all Twitter is doing. Just like Facebook, just like even Pinterest, I mean anything, it's just a platform for you to have an audience to give that link out to. So I don't see, I mean, it has nothing really to do with Twitter. It's built on the link itself. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. So understand. All right. Good. Okay. Great. All right. So any questions on this so far? All right. Any questions on this? Type in a question if you have it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is now I'm going to show you Facebook pixels. All right, so in the Facebook pixels, how many people here I'm going to lower everybody's hands. How many people here are working with Facebook or want to work with Facebook? Okay, so wow, okay, over 50% of you. All right, great. So with Facebook, the first thing that you got to do is well, in order to even have anything to do with Facebook on a business level, you have to have a fan page or a business page. If you do not have anything like that yet, then email me. I'll be more than happy to send you the recordings. I have a 3-part webinar series on Facebook and Facebook marketing. The first part is on building a page. Building a business or a fan page, what kind of content, how to engage with your audience, etc. Second one is on audience insights, how to start targeting your audience and so on. The third one is on actual advertising. So when you get to the advertising part, this will, this will be able to show you another way to get a little bit more detailed tracking. So the key thing that you do is when you start your advertising, and again, you can't even have an ads manager unless you have a business or a fan page. Okay, you cannot advertise off a group page, and you cannot advertise off of a personal profile page. So you have to have a group. I mean, you have to have a business or a fan page. Okay. All right. So if someone just said here, my marketing is locked. So you're saying in your back office here up at the top, your marketing is locked. You most likely have to activate your affiliate. So if you go to my business and if you go to my rank and just activate now mine says past due because they just changed this payment system and it's just becoming a nightmare. You need to activate your affiliate links here. So that's what you need to do, and that will unlock your marketing links. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out there. All right, let's see here. All right, Chantel, send me an email, and I'll be more than happy. Or you can go into the back office, you guys. If you want to look at those recordings, if you go into the back office under TV and under training calls, you can type in Facebook. If you type in Facebook, it'll bring up all the webinars based on Facebook. So here is the 3-part webinar series that I did on Facebook marketing, and here's other webinars we've done on Facebook as well. Okay, so it's available to you right there in your back office. Okay, great. All right, good. All right, good. Where were we at? So let's go back to the marketing. Let's go back to the pixels, and then we go back to the ads manager. So once you have a business or a fan page built, you should have access to an ads manager. In the ads manager, it breaks it down, and so what you want to click on is all tools, and you want to go to pixels first. And so from the pixel, the first thing you want to do is you're going to set up a pixel. All right, so you're going to just copy and paste a code. And again, guys, Facebook is loaded with information. It is amazing. You got to realize most of the stuff that I do is all self-taught. I do the research, I do the investigation, I click on the help menus, I go into tutorials, and I'm constantly wondering why, so I go and I research it. So that's what you want to do. You've got to go in and research this stuff yourself. So copy and paste your code here. This will help you create a pixel. So you're going to create a pixel. What it does is it creates for your ads account, it'll create a base code. All right, so you don't want to modify this code. So what you're going to do is copy the code, and then in your digital altitude under your pixels here, all right, I'll just replace the code that I have. It's the same code, but you would just, if this code wasn't here, now remember I still have my ClickFunnels code here. I'm just going to go beyond the ClickFunnels, and I'm going to add my new code. Okay, and Bobby, you can have the as long as there's not a space there, correct?
I believe you can even have a space, but you mean, can you return there?
Yeah, I mean, can I have a space there just to keep things separated?
As far as I know, you can.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so this is your standard Facebook pixel. All right, it is tied. This is your pixel ID in Facebook. Now, it's not your pixel ID, it's my pixel ID. So yours is going to be a different number because it's assigned to each advertising account. Okay, so for clients I do work for that have their account, that I manage their ad account, they have a different pixel number because, again, it's all referenced to the account that's being, that's paying for that ad. All right. So, and it repeats again here there's the same account number again. All right, and it says do not modify. Now there is something you can do here, and I'm going to show you this in a second, to then specialize or customize this pixel for specific things, just like we did with the ClickMagick to say that reference was, they're going to the order form or they're going to the thank you page, just so I can break it down and know which is which. Because again, it's the same pixel. I'm going to put that pixel here, and I'm going to put the same pixel here. I'm going to paste the same pixel here, and I'm going to paste the same pixel here as well. Let's see here, pixel code.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think I screwed that up.
One of those carrots got deleted.
Paste that in there also anyway. See, I messed that up. So it's always supposed to have that. All right, so I've pasted my codes in there. And again, they're all the same. So how do I tell the difference? How do I tell Facebook which page are these people landing on? Well, that again, you go back over here to your business page. All right, so again, remember, you start out with install base code. just follow these instructions. They're very simple, okay? So then I go down here and I can either click on next, and it says, now what kind of an event do you have? All right, so install an event code. Now this is what the event codes are. So let me see if I can enlarge that for you so you guys can see it. All right, so these are the event codes. So you want to know someone has viewed your page, that they've searched, that they've added to the cart, they've added to a wish list. Well, we don't have a wish list in Digital Altitude. They've initiated a checkout. They've added payment information. Again, some of these things we can't use because we don't control the order form. That they've made a purchase, that they are a lead, that they've completed a registration. So the ones that we would be interested in is they've made a purchase. We've also maybe initiated probably initiated a checkout. That would go on the order form. So this make a purchase would go on the thank you page, right? Because they've made the purchase. The only way they're going to get that thank you page is because they've actually completed a purchase. It went through. The initiated checkout could go on to the order form because they've gone to that order form. So they've initiated checking out, but they didn't go anywhere. All right, we don't really have an add to cart, okay? So the other thing that we would want to do is you could put on the sales video, on the sales page, a lead, because again, how do they get to the sales page? They have to complete the opt-in form. So you never want to put a pixel on the opt-in form because that just means they went to the page. That doesn't mean they did anything on the page. You want the action to be after the page on the next page they're going to, because if they don't complete that action, they won't go to the next page. So on an opt-in or a squeeze page or a landing page or a capture page, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. You want to put the action on where are they going to next. Video sales letter usually is where they go. Or sometimes if you're building your own page, they may go to an actual thank you page or what people call a bridge page to then go to the video sales letter. So see how you can add different pixels on different pages. Those are things you would be creating, not built within Digital Altitude, so I don't want to confuse you. So these are the actions that I want to record. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me shrink that down. All right, so I want to embed, or I want to add an event code. And so I'm going to copy the codes, the different codes that are available to me, and come on, shrink down. There we go. All right, so I want to go ahead and create a lead code. So where I'm going to copy this, I'm going to copy this here, and where this is going to go. And this is the magical place. All right, so let me make this larger because it's a lot of code. Where the hell do I put this code? Okay, so this is going to be a page view. That's a standard piece to this code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that code here, and I'm going to put, because again there's no value to this, so I'm going to put 0.00 US dollars, okay? Because there's no value to them becoming a lead. I didn't pay, they didn't pay to become a lead, all right? And so now I have added that tracking, and there's zero value to it, but I've added that tracking to this code. Oops, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me take that back out. I added it to the wrong spot. Delete that. Okay. And this is important, guys. Be on the right spot. So let me move this over. Make this larger. So I want to be here on the video sales letter. I was in the wrong place. Okay. So again, page views. I'm going to insert that script there. I'm going to make this a $0 lead. Okay, so there's no value to it. Don't just delete this just make it 0, okay? Because otherwise you'll screw up the code, all right? So now the lead one is done. So now I can track leads, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to initiate checkout. So these are people that are going to the order form. All right, so these are people going to the order form. So I want to know from how many people go to the order form to how many people actually pay or complete the checkout. So this is initiate checkout. So I'm going to go back over here to my digital altitude. Now this was the video sales letter, so I now need to go to the checkout page. So I'm going to go just here to the page view. I'm going to go down one line and I'm going to paste that code. Now it says initiate checkout. So this is what I'm telling Facebook, hey, when this fires, this is what data you're collecting for me, okay? So I've initiated the checkout. Now, what is the last thing I want to do? I need to actually look at who purchased. So now I'm going to go in and copy this, go back here, and remember, we put our thank you, or our purchases, our pixel, on the thank you page. So I'm going to go here, same spot. I haven't touched anything else of this whole entire script here. I'm just adding what they're tracking, okay? So I'm going to paste this below it, and I am then going to save all of that, okay? So with that, I have all of my tracking here when I utilize my ads, all right? Now, another thing that you can do, and let's see here. This is the page you want to go to, so let's go to the step 1. I have an app here, and it's a free app, and it's called a Facebook Pixel Helper. You can click on this, and again, it's not, hold on, I gotta refresh this page here. Let me shut these down. All right, so let me go back to the marketing, go back to my links, and let's fire this one. We'll pause this for a second. Aha, see that lit up? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me pause this. All right, look at here. All right, 1 pixel found on Aspire. All right, here's my tracking pixel. Let's see what it shows here. So I have, it's giving me an error. Didn't load, so no information was sent to Facebook. Okay, so I think there's one more thing I've got to do. Now I got to remember what it was. Learn. All right, pixel code show. No. So here I can go and it can break down for me what the error was. So it's something that I've done when I installed that. It's going to give me suggestions here and so on. So it's going to show me how to fix this problem. The key thing about Facebook is it gives you this information. And it is amazing how much information is there. You just got to look for it. All right? I mean, has a wealth of information on there. But this is one of the things, and inside the pixel, if you go here into Facebook and you go here to help, you can just type in pixel and search for it, and it's going to give you it's going to tell you what a Facebook pixel is, how should I use an entire conversion pixel code. It gives you everything there is that you need to know about Facebook pixels. All right, so all the information is right there for you. And so anyway, because we're running late on this webinar here, this is something that you guys can utilize if you're involved in Facebook. You can go through this information. I'll probably end up doing another webinar because we're not going to have enough time here, where I'm actually going to do some pixels on a Facebook ad, and that way then I'll show you building the ad completely, and actually I'll probably do it ahead of time and then show you some of the results from it so I can show you how it tracked. but it'll probably be a little while before I do that webinar. So let's answer some of these questions. All right, we'll do that through the back office. Okay, let's see. If I advertise, or if I Facebook advertise and you DA capture page, Kevin, I would highly recommend, if you're going to do Facebook marketing, that if you're going to use the digital altitude capture page, you want to go ahead and have a domain. Now, like here with mine, if you look at here, this is one of my domains. So it's going to a digital altitude capture page, but it's within one of my domains. Okay, you would have a hard time taking this link here and actually advertising in Facebook with it. You can give it a try. Some people have been successful, but really it's better if you tie it to a domain. Okay, yeah, so utilizing, all I've done is I've taken this, I have several different domains, I've taken these domains and connected them to ClickMagick so that when I'm building a link, if I go here to create a new link, I can pick different domains I want to use. And then I can put that digital altitude link underneath of it. So yes, that's where ClickMagick can really help you out as well. All right. Let's see. When will this probably within the next 48 hours this recording will be posted. I'll have the recording done today. If you want just the YouTube recording, Kevin, just email me and I'll get you the recording directly, but it's a little bit more of a process to get it actually posted in the back office. Okay. All right. So I don't have to cloak. If you are doing Facebook ads, you do not want to cloak. Facebook has some way of knowing whether you have cloaked or not, and they will not accept cloaked links anymore. So, and you don't want to end up on Facebook's bad boy list. So I would not cloak. I would just create the URL, but if you tie it into a domain, you don't have to have an active website or anything like that, just an active domain. You know, you have to go out, buy a domain, then you redirect the domain, and there's instructions inside ClickMagick here. You redirect the domain to ClickMagick, and then it's set up that you can utilize your domain for as many links as you want to build. And so, you know, when you're putting that digital altitude link in here, you can, again, like we do, we tag them so we can track it. You could tag that link in here because that's the link ultimately people are going to, but you're using a domain link to do your advertising with. So hopefully that helps you out there. Where exactly are the recordings posted? Okay, so again, back here in the back office, if you go to TV and if you go to training calls, this is where the recordings are. All right, this is where all the recordings for any of the webinars we've done are there. And again, you can use the keyword search and break down, you know, what type of marketing are you looking for, and it'll boil down just the Facebook ad or Facebook webinars. You can do solo ads. Excuse me. So you can do solo ads and show just the solo ad webinars, etc. All right, so you can break them down that way, Walter. Okay, great, Kevin. Email me, Kevin. I can give you any links that you want. But yeah, there's some cool things that you can do. Let's see. I actually already have a domain, so I'm good. Very good. All right, great. All right, guys. Any more questions? Bobby, do you have anything to add? I know it was kind of a rush at the very end there. Facebook is a little bit more elaborate, but again, it has a wealth of information in here to be able to use. So you know, go forth and conquer it.
Yeah, yeah, you covered a lot there, Russ. Yeah, great information. I think that's a great place to start. And like you said, Facebook is just a whole other.
It is. Yeah, Facebook is a whole different animal. I mean, if you haven't worked with Facebook marketing yet, or you haven't maybe built a page, or you're just thinking about Facebook and so on, I highly recommend go to the back office, watch the 3-part webinar series on Facebook. And because that's what I tell students to do nowadays. If they're interested in Facebook, watch at least part 1 of 3, because it talks about, you know, how often you have to post, what you have to do to engage with your audience, what kind of content, etc. And that'll give you an idea, do I really want to go the direction of Facebook? Then, if you watch number 2 and number 3, it's going to show you audience insights, how to break down that audience, and then the third one, actually how to physically advertise in Facebook. So hopefully that will help you out. So
Yeah, I think if there's anything else I would just emphasize again, it's that tracking is critical to
yes,
your success.
yes. I mean,
Critical. So if you're
in the
not using a
beginning,
platform.
yeah, in the
Go ahead.
beginning when I was doing marketing, when I first started, I mean, you know, I thought, okay, I'm tracking, I'm being real detailed here. I would buy a 500 click ad and I would say, okay, yeah, I got 500 clicks. That was my tracking. And I couldn't tell you, you know, well, I could tell you how many leads I got, but I couldn't track it beyond there. And I used to think, ooh, you know, if I had a big ad and I got a bunch of leads, that's great. But at the end of the day, we're looking for buyers. All right, we want buyers. I mean, leads are great, but they've got to buy, because that's where we get our return on investment. A lead is just a lead. I mean, granted, we got to get a lot of them because you got to run people through the system, and not everyone's going to want to buy. But at the end of the day, you want a buyer. So if you don't track properly, you may keep going. Let's take, for example, let's say you buy 3 solo ads today, provider A, B, and C, and you don't track any of them. So, but total, you bought 600 clicks, 200 clicks from each one of them. So you did the same ad, meaning the same link, you sent it out to all 3. And a few days later, your clicks start coming in, and total, you got a little bit over 600 clicks, because a lot of them will over deliver, you know, by a few percent. So you've got over 600 clicks, and let's say you had, you know, 150 leads out of that. And you're thinking, all right, God, I had 600 clicks, I had 150 leads, and let's say you even got a few buyers out of there. So you're you know, on top of the world, you're ready to do this again, because we tell you in marketing, if it works, rinse and repeat, do it again. But if you don't track, all right, so if you got in those good results, you're going to turn around and say, all right, I'm going to spend the money again. I'm going to go back to all 3 providers, and I'm going to order again and repeat what I just did. But now take that same example, but this time you tracked A, B, and C, okay? And what you found out is that provider A provided you all the leads and all the sales, and provider B and C sold you clicks. So do you really want to go and spend more money with B and C? Or do you want to put more money into A, who actually gave you something? And I'm hoping you're all saying that you want to go back to A. But if you didn't track, you wouldn't know. Okay? So I mean, it's easy if you're only advertising one ad at a time, and you're waiting a few weeks before the next ad, which we don't highly recommend. I mean, we recommend you advertise consistently. But, I mean, you don't really have to track much, because you're going to know, okay, that ad ran, and these are my results, and now I'm going to run the next ad. But if you're going to survive in this, if you really want to make your business grow, you got to do multiple ads, and you have to track those ads. Otherwise, you're going to be spending money in areas you don't want to. All right? Okay. All right, well, Pierre, just send me an email, and I'll send you, as soon as I have this thing uploaded, I'll send you the link to this recording. So anybody else, again, if you want the link, let's see, I gotta find the right, I got 2 screens going here, I gotta find the right stuff here. If you want to get a recording of this, just go to rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. And I will have that out to you. Give me a few hours, because I got to download this from GoToWebinar and then upload it into a YouTube channel so that I have a link available. And then it'll probably be the next 48 hours. We'll have it loaded up into the back office. So, Nikki, will tonight be the same? What's tonight? You mean tomorrow night? Thursday night's webinar will be the same webinar, yes. Now, for anybody who wants to come and join that one again, Bobby and I are both going to be on there, but I'm actually going on vacation, so I may not be in the best internet connection area to do the webinar, so she's going to host it. I'm going to be there, but if I'm not able to connect or I fade out, she's going to continue on with it, with the webinar, or we may just play the recording for the webinar, just because it just ended up, the timing didn't work out right. So But it will be the same topic. Always Wednesdays and Thursdays of the same week or the same topic. So let's see here. Okay. Affiliate fee monthly is only paid through Payza, or can I pay through credit card also? Right at the moment, it sounds like it's only through Payza, and it's kind of a pain. Just contact support and see what they can do to help you out. Because I'm even having a challenge with it. I think they're getting new merchants in here within the next 24 hours or something, because it's just become a nightmare. So be patient, you know, wait another day or two and then try to pay it again, and there should be a new merchant. That's what I'm being told. So let's see here. Did you say that you have Climber to get the pixels? Yes. In order for you to access in your back office these under marketing and pixels, you have to be a Climber member. But again, I always feel that, you know, if you're going to do this, do it right. Go to Climber, because it gives you the 3 levels of commission, and it gives you that many more things. It gives you access to, you know, connect your autoresponder to your digital Altitude capture pages, and also it gives you the opportunity of doing those pixels. Okay, so I would definitely, and we're going to be doing another webinar on postbacks, just because that's a whole other probably hour-and-a-half long webinar. This really is more for people that are using like cost per action marketing. So it's really detailed, and for most beginners, they're not into cost per action marketing because it is extremely expensive to do. So we'll be doing another webinar on the postbacks. Again, these are for, again, it says these are for advanced options. You know, they're not for beginners, okay? But I'm showing you how to do the pixel thing. So hopefully that helps. All right. But yeah, I would recommend going to Climber. Okay. Link tracking showed in webinar is different from link cloaking, right? Yes, Walter, has nothing to do with the same. In ClickMagick, you can cloak, but again, if you're doing Facebook ads, I definitely wouldn't recommend cloaking. You just want a domain-based URL. But yes, it's totally different. This is just tracking pixels versus cloaking. Let's see. When can you use link trackers in Facebook ads? Or we can use link trackers. Yeah, you would set up in the Facebook pixels. You would have to set up pixels in Facebook. So you have to set up that ad account and so on, and then you have those pixels available that you can go in and load into your system. And again, I've been told by tech we can load as many pixels in here as we want to. Okay, because again, theoretically, all it is a dot on the page. Okay. All right, good, Lindsay. Glad you liked it. So any other questions that you guys have? Last chance, and then we're going to be out of here. Oh, looks like we're good. All right, well, Bobby, thank you very, very much for attending this with me, and thank you in advance, in case I can't get on Thursday, for taking this for me. And I will send you over some of the information that I have, or you know, we can go over it later tonight if you want to, or whatever. But I'm hoping that it'll all work out, and I'll have enough of an internet access that because I'm going to be in Billings, Montana, so I'm not really sure what kind of internet access I'll have there. So, but we'll get it worked out. So, guys, and you have a wonderful day or evening, depending on what part of the world you're from. And join us again. We're here every Wednesday, and then Thursdays is a repeat of the same topic. You're more than welcome to join us. And again, if you want information about the traffic, the group traffic packages to tie in with a traffic coach, send me an email, and I will be more than happy to send you out that link, that information. Although the link is right here in the chat area and also in the question area. Copy it right now, because once I end the webinar, they're gone. Or send me an email, and I'd be more than happy to send that out to you, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Because being with a coach really helps move your business along faster. So. Again, Bobby, thank you very much. Guys, thank you for joining us. And I will call this done, and I will see you on the next webinar. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.